Hey, it's the Home Ec Lady. Today we're going to make hair for a doll using the same head pieces from the pattern for the doll. Just cut the face piece slightly above where the eyes would be, and don't cut a slit in the back. Fold it in half and trim about 1/4 of an inch off of the edge to accommodate for the seam allowance that's already on the doll. Now, take the remaining portion of your felt square and cut out the side head just as you would normal. And you're going to sew these to the face portion just like you do with the doll, but you're going to start with the back of the head first because the front of the head won't go all the way around. Now you have this little scalp wig. You can turn it right side out and put it right on the doll. Make sure it's nice and snug. Pull it down tight. And then take a piece of chalk and mark out on just half of the head where you would like the hairline to be. You can get creative here. You can make sideburns and widow's peaks. Be creative with your hairline. Then take the scalp off the doll and fold it in half. Make sure those seams are matching. And then trim the scalp so that it's symmetrical. Put the scalp on the head of the doll and pin it into place. You may want to trim the seams to give the hairline a flatter appearance. Alright, then you're going to take a needle and thread and sew the scalp to the head. Now I'm going to measure the head for the first track of hair, and I want it to be right about where the ears are on the doll. And for this one it is 6.5 inches. And I also want to measure for the length of hair how long I want the hair to be. And about 8 inches will do for this doll. So I'll take my square of felt and I'll measure it out. And it turns out this square of felt has 9 inches, so I'm just going to go with that. And we're going to look for 6.5 inches wide. So I have a piece that is 6.5 by 9. And I'm going to wrap it around the head of the doll where I measured and pin it into place. I do want to make sure that it's even up front. And now sew that into place. Now cut the hair into strips. 1/2 inch or larger is best. Take the remaining strip of felt and pin it over the crown of the head and make sure that it is matching at the temples. And then sew it into place. Then cut the hair into strips, 1/2 inch or larger. For the top of the head, I took 2 strips of felt and sewed them together, and that will be the front part, the top of the head part. And I'll open the seam and pin it to the top of the head by the seam allowance. And trim the corners. It's okay if it is ruched a little bit, it'll just give the hair a little bit more fullness. And once everything is pinned into place, then sew it up. Then cut the hair into strips as before. One interesting thing you can do with felt is stretch it. So hold it at the area where it's sewn to the scalp and give it a stretch to change the texture and appearance of the hair. Then once it's all pulled and straight, you can give her a haircut. And that's it for long hair. It's pretty easy. Give it a try.